What's up? This is Altark here from smartbiketrainers.com. Have you ever thought about the air quality in your workout room? One of the most complaints I hear when someone starts working out indoor is why does it feel so much harder to work out indoors? And why the heart rate is usually higher indoors than outside for the same type of efforts? And why is that perceived exertion is much higher indoors than outside? And why some people might start to feel exhausted after only 30 minutes or start to feel dizzy and fatigued? The workout room, probably for the majority of us, gets a small tiny little space in the house, possibly in the attic, the garage, a closet, laundry room, basement right next to the furnace or water heater. However, one key element we sometimes do not think about is how that space affects our health and is it designed to make us perform at peak. The air quality in your workout room plays a big part of that. And according to the American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists Bioaerosol Committee, it is known that decreased air exchange with outdoor environments can lead to drowsiness and loss of productivity, and performance during physical exercise could be affected by the CO2 concentration. I do the majority of my workouts indoors. I have done plenty of 5 to 6 hour rides. I run a lot indoors. And as athletes, we breathe a lot more than someone at rest. When you are resting, you normally take 12 to 15 breaths per minute, and one breath consists of around half a liter of air. When you are working out, you can breathe up to 60 times per minute, and your intake of air rises from 6 to 7 liters per minute when at rest to 120 liters per minute. And elite athletes can breathe much more air per day depending on the volume of training, and because of this, we also inhale more air particles than a normal person. So I decided to do some air quality testing during my workouts and how my own body affects the environment. I've been using an air quality device that I purchased from Amazon, and it measures carbon dioxide in the air, which is produced as we exhale. It also measures the humidity and temperature and can store all that information for later use. Keep in mind, this is not a review of this device, the RNet 4 air quality device. I'm not an expert in air quality. I'm just using a commercially available device to do a little bit of research, and I have no relationship with this company. There are plenty of other air quality devices that you can go and buy yourself. Having said all of that and put all of that out of the way, if you find this video helpful, please take a quick short second to hit the like button. It helps the channel and the video a lot. And also subscribe so you do not miss any videos from me in the future. Okay, the first test I did was just using my normal setup. This is how I usually work out. My workout room is 15 by 11 feet, and the ceiling is 9 foot high. I usually close my workout door to keep the noise down in the house, and usually the windows are also closed, and I just have a fan or two running. I do like to work out in a hot and warm environment, so this is usually my setup. The workout I did was called Slide Mountain that I pulled from Trainer Road. It is 3 by 10 minutes at 80% with 4 minutes recovery. It's an hour-long workout, and I did the same workout for all these tests. My heart rate average for the workout was around 120 beats per minute, and it maxed out at 138. So my breathing wasn't as labored as if I did a hard workout like a VO2 max type workout or an FTP test. Okay, with the door completely shut, the windows closed, and the air condition was off as well, and I had 2 different fans blowing air on me. At the beginning, right when I started the workout, the CO2 concentration was 754 ppm, which is parts per million. After 1 hour, the CO2 went up to, and ready for this? 2,837. For reference, 400 to 1,000 ppm, that's a typical level found in an unoccupied space with good air exchange. 1,000 to 2,000 ppm, this is when you start to hear of some complaints and possibly drowsiness. 2,000 to 5,000 ppm, this is when things get really unpleasant. These levels are associated with headaches, fatigue, inability to concentrate or think clearly, so not very good. It is not uncommon for CO2 levels to rise up when the space is occupied, but close to 3,000 ppm with only 1 hour of working out, all by myself, was pretty shocking to me. In my next workout, I wanted to see if I can keep the levels lower, so I opened the window, but kept the door closed. And after 1 hour, the CO2 level went up to 1,637. That's much better, but I wanted to try to bring it down to less than 1,500. The third workout, I opened the window more and opened the blind as well and opened the workout room door. Placed the fan closer to the window to bring in more fresh air directly from the outside, even though the air outside was extremely humid, but I thought getting fresh air is more important. That setup helped a lot, and I was able to keep the CO2 level in the workout room low, and it only went up to 1,156 ppm, which is good. However, one thing that was shocking to me is how warm and humid the room got just from my body. In my first 2 workouts, the temperature in the room went up from 73 degrees Fahrenheit to 77.5 degrees, and the humidity went all the way to 76 and 78%, which is extremely muggy in 1 hour. In the last workout with the door and window wide open, the temperature went up only by 2 degrees, but the humidity went up to 77%. Now granted, the humidity outside at the time of my workout was 94%, so that definitely did not help with the humidity in the room and probably made it worse. The humidity here can be ridiculously high during the summer months, especially in the mornings. 100% humidity is not that uncommon, and I actually had one day with 100% humidity in the morning. A lot of studies have been done on the effect of heat and humidity on performance and the additional stress that it can put on the body. The human body is only 20% efficient, and your core body temperature needs to be kept in check. And the way your body cools itself down is by sweat, and more precisely through the evaporation of your sweat. That's why it is so important to have a fan or even multiple fans directed at your body when exercising. Otherwise, you will only be sweating and dehydrating yourself. Another air pollutant that can be found indoors is TVOC, or total volatile organic compounds. These can be emitted by things in your house like detergents, paint if you have a freshly painted room, and even your clothes. High exposure to these can cause many disorders and illnesses. Also, make sure to check out the air quality index outside. If you live in a polluted area, like in a big city, for example, or live in an area where there is forest fire like we have here in the west coast of the United States, you probably want to keep the windows closed. When working out, we mostly breathe through the mouth, effectively bypassing the normal nasal mechanism for filtration of large particles. Also, the increase in airflow velocity carries those pollutants deeper into the body and possibly causing more harm than someone who's breathing at a normal rate. So check the air quality index outside in your area to make sure it is safe. The higher the AQI value, the greater the levels of air pollution in the air. So you might want to keep the windows closed if that's the case. An AQI value of 50 or below means the air quality outside is good. You can check the AQI index in your area using most weather apps available for your phone. So good ventilation and air circulation in your workout room is so important. Have multiple fans going to keep your body temperature cool. I have the Wahoo fan, and I also have a floor fan, and usually have both directed at me and running at the same time. Open the window if you can. If you cannot or have no windows, get some kind of an air purifier to keep the air circulating and filtered. I want to hear from you. What is your setup like? Have you thought about air quality in your workout room? Let me know what you have done to optimize your workout space. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a quick second to hit the like button. Also, subscribe if you've made it this far in this video and have not subscribed yet. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.